Hello everyone, this is Dan from tasco.com, and in this video I want to make a short demo how to set up Raffle Play Woocommerce. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's just a raffle ticket generator with plenty of options for the free version and more options with the premium version. So today I'm going to be covering the premium version, but if you stay tuned, you can actually see how you can set up the free version as well. So I'll be going from free version to the premium version options. So to get started, first of all, you have to install Raffle Play WooCommerce, which is going to be on WordPress repository. Also, you're going to need WooCommerce. It's going to work is a dependency to WooCommerce. After having that, you're going to have this icon here, Raffle Play Woo, and uh, the first page is going to show up. It's going to show the default raffle, which comes into as a standard for the free version. Okay, you have some options here, which you're going to go through in just a moment. Um, so to get started, you're going to need some products. So for the moment, I'm not going to touch anything here in the default raffle. Okay, so once you install it, don't do anything, right? Just go to products, create your product if you have it already. Select the product that you want to have as a raffle. I'm going to use Win iPhone one raffle ticket. Okay, so in here, I'm going to specify that this product is going to be a raffle product. Okay, so I'm going to tick this box here, and down what it says, what is wrong with this tooltip? Uh, Down here, what it says is a bit strange. Down here, what it says, I'm going to try to hide this. Um, what it says, uh, raffle number of tickets. Um, what it says, the raffle number of tickets. You have to put in the number of tickets for this product. Okay, so if you're gonna have three products, three three as a quantity in the basket, is gonna generate uh, the quantity multiplied by number of tickets. So for the moment, I'm just gonna put one for this one. A lot of people came back to me with support tickets saying, they put in like 1,000 as a number here. They believe that that's the number of tickets for the raffle, but that's not the case. You have to put in the number of the tickets per product. Okay, so it has to be under 200 or 300, because each value, each ticket is going to be inserted into the database as a single row. Okay, so if you have a lot of them, like if you have 1,000 here, and then you have three products, all right, three as a quantity in your basket, is going to get 3,000 tickets. It's going to be 3,000 records in your database. It's a lot, and that can actually break your website. Okay, if you don't have a lot of memory. But don't do that and use small numbers. Okay. Um, if you want to use if you want to have like thousands of tickets, give me a buzz, and I have a different raffle uh, type that will deal with ranges. Okay, so and then here down here I'm gonna select what kind of raffle I want to assign to. So it's gonna be a default raffle, so I'm gonna update it. And once I go down here back to products, it's going to show me that this product is assigned to default raffle. Okay, so if I go back now, I can actually see down here the raffle products. I have one raffle product assigned to this default raffle. So the best thing to do right now, let's try it out and see how it's going to work. Okay, so as I remember, was one raffle ticket. Okay. I'm gonna put in 5 as a quantity, so I should get 5 numbers. And I'm gonna put in the details here. This custom field, I want to show you some things that you can export into the PDF. You can put this value into the PDF and also export it into reports. If you have the reports, you could actually export it once you do some reports. You can actually export this field as well. So for a moment, I'm going to put 111 just for the sake of the example. Okay, so once I place the order, I should get 5 raffle tickets generated in sequence. So it says ticket 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so why did it get these numbers and the prefix and why down here? So if we look back at our setup, we can actually see the live ticket starts at 0. Okay, so the first generated number is going to be 1. Okay, so it is 1. Um, Limit number of raffle tickets, we don't have it as no, so it's going to be generated in sequence. The ticket prefix is going to be ticket and dash, so we can change this if we want to T and dash. Uh, Oops, save it. If I'm going to refresh it now here, I should actually see that T1, T2, and whatever. Um, Here there is a setting to start the daytime of the raffle, but I'm not going to get into that. And then down here is going to tell you last live views ticket, it's 5. Live raffle tickets purchased. If I'm going to refresh it, I should have 5. I should have 5. Okay, so let's have a look at why this thing shows up here. Okay, we can do some customization on the email template. So the email template covers the thank you page, what it shows down here. Okay. Also the email, how it shows in the email confirmation that you send for the raffle. Okay. So in here, I could actually say the header text is going to show up here. I'm going to say raffle info and include raffle name. I'm going to say yes. I'm gonna say tickets purchased. I'm gonna say just tickets. And I could actually say an extra line about this raffle. I'm gonna say drawn on the 24th of December. And now I can actually position what I want in the email template or thank you page template for WooCommerce. So before the order info, between, or down after the billing address. So I'm gonna just leave it the way it is at the moment. So I'm gonna say save. So now if I'm gonna refresh the thank you page, this is how it's gonna look like. Okay, so raffle info is down at the top, and then default raffle is the name of the raffle. So if I'm gonna say change it to win iPhone, um, and go back here and refresh it. Now it should be win iPhone, and then tickets is coming down on this line, and then the tickets, and then the extra line drawn on the 24th of December is gonna be this one here. All right. In the latest version 4.2.1, as far as I remember, there is another option there that you can actually add some images behind the numbers, which the setting is in here in extra settings. So show tickets number with raffle image in the background in the thank you and email. So what that means is that if I'm going to put a yes, and I'm going to say select one of it, one of the tickets. There are a few customs here, go lines, gray, and so on. You can also use your own raffle image, search in the library, select it, and that's going to be down here. Okay, so but for this example, I'm going to use the gold one. I'm going to save it. Oops, I shouldn't be doing that. Here, refresh it again, and now I'm going to see the tickets with the background of this image. Okay, so also here, somebody asked me how can I actually put some images, let's say in another row, or how can I actually customize this part here for the thank you page and the email. Okay, some people want different things. Okay, um, someone requested to have another row with an image or multiple images that you want to display, or the image in the background. okay, of this raffle. That is possible. It can be done, and I'm going to show you later on in this video how to actually uh, how to do it. Just stick with me, and I'm going to show you up how to actually do it. Okay. Um, right. So that is it. So going back to set it up the raffle, okay. So if you have the free version, that's pretty much it. What you can do, like, um, you're gonna have you're not gonna have all the settings, okay, but you can have minimal settings to generate a raffle to have that sequential uh, tickets generated and to have them sent to the customers. Um, if you want the premium version has lots of other options to choose from. Okay, so you can actually, so I'm going to go from top to bottom how what every option does here. So you can terminate the raffle whenever you want. You can say yes, and that's it. The raffle is terminated right now. And then you can actually limit the number of raffle tickets. Okay, so if you say yes and the number is 250, there is an option here to say whether you want to have the tickets generated randomly, okay, or not. If it's not, it's going to be sequential as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. If you generate random tickets with, say yes, it's going to generate them, in random, and it's going to start from 0 plus 250. Okay, so it's going to be 1 to 250. So what I would advise you here, do not change. If you start to raffle with random generate tickets, don't go and change it. Okay, if you're gonna change it, so if you right now, if you change it, it will actually pick up the last used ticket. Okay, so if you generated some numbers and the last ticket was 249, okay, it's gonna, and you say now I want sequential, it's gonna pick it up from 249 and keep going. Okay. um so it could be mixed a bit, but I don't advise, changing the raffles midway if you have sequential and then you go uh, random, you know. So um, another thing is the prefix. As you can see here, the prefix is just displayed before the numbers. The raffle start date, you can set up when you want to start the raffle. Um, you can have it set it up, but not ready to start purchasing. You can set it up the end date. When you set up the end date, any products that are associated with this raffle won't be allowed to be added in the cart. Okay, so it's going to be filtered on the cart whenever you want to add. Um, it's going to be applied for these two options. Okay, here is some information. What was the last used ticket? How many were purchased? This option here comes when you want to donate a raffle and you have a product. Um, so let's say if somebody wants to buy a product, it's gonna finish the raffle. Okay, so if I'm gonna put it yes, and I'm gonna say buy out iPhone, that iPhone has to have a quantity of one. Okay, so if the quantity is one, uh, and this one goes out of stock, then the raffle is going to be terminated. Okay. I What else? The orders, the checkout. So any orders that comes in that failed or canceled, no uh, raffle tickets are going to be generated. Okay. We're gonna come to that one in just a moment. Email template, you saw this one, the header text. This one comes into the email and also the thank you page. Probably I should have specified that. Okay. Um, the next one, user messages, is quite important. If you have a limited number of tickets, if you use the raffle is terminated, raffle hasn't started, you have these options. If you have these options filled in, okay, if you have a start date for the raffle, the end date, or you have a limited number of tickets, you have to set up the user messages. So uh, I'm gonna set it up quickly here. Has finished on ended. So so what it actually does is gonna notify the user. It's gonna show these messages to the user in the shop page, whether the raffle has started, has ended, or will end, or when they add to cart, how many tickets are left, or no, how many tickets uh, they are available if they exceed the number of tickets available. When they update the cart, okay. So this is pretty important, and the percentage in S is the is gonna show the start date. Okay, so raffle will start on December, whatever you set it up on the general here. Okay, and it's gonna pick up the format that you have on WordPress as a date and time. Okay, um, so if I'm gonna say here that the raffle is limited and I'm gonna set it to 10, okay, we already have 5 sold, okay. So if I go back to here and go back to the home page, okay, so I'm gonna say add 6 tickets to the cart, okay. 6. It's not gonna allow me. Okay, so it's gonna show me this message. Only 5 raffle tickets left for this product. Okay, so going back to here. Okay, if I didn't have only okay, so added to cart and exceeded tickets. If I didn't have it, if I didn't have this message, it wouldn't show up, you know, and people will be like, oh, what is going on here? Wait, what is wrong with this website? Is it broken or what? Only 5. I think I'm gonna refresh it. 6. Hold on. I think I didn't. Oh, update cart. Sorry. Oops. So update cart. It was add to cart though. The other one. So it's not gonna say anything. So we wouldn't know what's going on here. So we don't really want that. So if I'm gonna have back again, so the percentage D is the number that it says only X raffle tickets left. Okay, so um, use your imagination and create your own messages here, or your own language. So if I'm gonna put 6 again, now the message is gonna show up. So that's pretty important to have. That's pretty important to have the messages. Um, you can actually display some information about the raffle, okay, in a post somewhere, you know. Um, if you want to display if the raffle is terminated, uh, you could actually say, put in this um, uh, shortcode and uh, is gonna tell the user if the raffle is terminated or how many tickets are left, if it's terminated or not. Okay. So here it says only 5 raffle tickets left. Okay. Um, Probably I should have done that. I should open a new window. So, only 5 raffle tickets left if you have the short code added somewhere. Can I add that? I'm not quite sure if I think I could add it into the home page or the shop page. Okay. So if I want to, this is not very informative, right? So I could say, I think I could actually include, as far as I remember, uh, I could add show raffle name 1 in the shortcode, and it's gonna display me and it's going to display me the raffle name in there. Oops. So if I go here and I say, so this is how it's going to be displayed. Win iPhone, only 5 raffle tickets left. So this part here, um, you can actually display, like customize it the way you want. Okay. Um, it's up to you how you're gonna, where you're gonna display it or how to use it. But you need to have, as I said before, you need to have the messages uh, added, the user messages. So the shortcode you can add it whatever you like, uh, and it's going to display the information about the raffle. Um, so um, if I'm gonna say terminate now and refresh it, raffle is terminated, raffle has ended, or use your own messages. Okay. So going back on no live, no terminated, now terminated. The next one is multiple raffles. So if you have multiple raffles, this if you have multiple raffles and you want to have only one raffle product at the checkout, you could actually enable this option. Say yes. Some people want only one raffle product or per order. Okay, they don't want multiple ones, only one for some reason. Okay, this was requested by somebody. Okay, and it's going to apply to all the raffles. Okay, and then you can say what message to display to the person, trying to add another product that belongs to a different raffle. Oh, I'm gonna say no for the moment. I'm gonna show you later on. We're gonna create a new raffle. Okay, and then you can have the PDF attachments that are going to the uh, customer's order when a new email is sent. To enable it, you go up here and say yes, and there is the option of having a GUID, which I totally recommend, and not use, you know, um, order ID underscore first name, last name of the person. Okay, you can have different templates that you can choose from, one or two. That's the name I came up with, one or two. But you can actually you could customize them. I'll show you in just a moment later on in this video. You could include the product name and quantity, include billing info, the page orientation, how it's going to show, the header logo image. Is going to be for the moment only JPEG. I'm going to select one now. Oops. Da-da-da-da-da. Should I select this one? H2 megs. Yeah, whatever. Um, in here, you can actually add any information that you want to have. Um, you have to be extra careful here when you add when you add any HTML, um, anything that is broken. So if I'm gonna do something like this, probably it's gonna break the PDF. PDFs are very prone to break due to incorrect HTML format. So if you had anything, make sure you have the closing tags. Oops. If you have the closing tags, okay, so I said Control C, Control V. So yeah, you have to be extra careful here when you add new things. Okay, so if you add new things, add them between the tags. Okay. There is also a footer setting, the footer height, that's going to be fixed. If you want add some HTML in CSS, sorry, in here, you can actually do it instead of actually going to the template and customize it. Okay, that is it. So if I'm gonna save it now, and I'm gonna go to view tickets. All right, I should be able to see the tickets that were generated, and they are ordered in descending order. If I want to view the order now, I could actually open it in the model. We have the option here. and view it without leaving the page. Because the PDF wasn't enabled where the order was generated, the PDF is not generated and doesn't is not was not sent to the customer yet. Okay, so I could actually generate a new PDF, right? And now it's on is uh, on our server, right? So to view the PDF, it is something like this, and that's how it's gonna look like. Okay, you have the logo that I added there, and then the information on the right, and the billing info, and this is the information about the raffle. As you can see here, uh, in the PDF, you're not gonna have these fancy background raffle images. The reason that I didn't want that is because PDFs, as I said, they can easily break, and you can have all sorts of images popping around here in the page, so we don't really want that. Um, so for the time being, probably somewhere in the future, I'm going to try to uh, make them work, or find a different library that will display them properly. But for the time being, it's just displayed this way. Okay. Um, okay, so you can actually filter it if you want to see only the completed. Um, this part here, you can actually filter it. Another option, you can filter by the dates from to. You can actually delete physically all the tickets if you want to and start a new raffle. That's totally fine as well. You can actually export. Oh, you can see the columns of the order. Um, Product as well is displaying, or could you actually export to CSV or TXT or MS Excel? Okay. Um, you could do that with reports if you have that. If you don't have the reports, you can do it, with uh, Excel, and then you can calculate orders um, based on the country, and instead of the country or the status or whatever, Um, yeah, it's up to you to decide how you're gonna do that. Um, so now let's go to how to set up another raffle. So we have one raffle working. So let's set up another raffle. The raffles, you can actually delete the raffle. You can only edit, terminate, but you can actually physically delete. The reason is that you can create unlimited raffles. Okay, so there is no point in adding a delete there. Okay, it's better to have the records on, and you know have a history of the raffle. So I'm gonna add a new one, and I'm gonna say win Samsung. Starting ticket is gonna be 0. It's going to be live, and ticket and limited raffle tickets. Yes, I'm gonna say I want only 50 for this one, and generate random tickets. Yes. What else? This one I'm gonna be purple. Uh, Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna start it from the 14th. Okay, so it's not gonna start from today. It's gonna start from tomorrow. Okay. Um, so there is no option for me to add. So this is okay. So the messages is gonna be inherited from the default raffle. The extra line here drawn on the December 20th. Okay, so this is the only option that you can add for this raffle. Okay, in terms of customizing the email template and the thank you page. I All the rest is going to be inherited from the default raffle which we previously set up. Okay, uh, I found it useless to have multiple ones setting up all the time. So it has to be like in my ways to be simple, because you're gonna display the same messages. Okay. Starting zero limited. You know what? Let's start it with 1999. So the first um, ticket generated is going to be 1,000. So it's going to start from tomorrow. So let's see how is that going to work. So you can see we don't have any, right? Live, yes. Start ticket, yes. Okay. Okay, so the reason now is showing as this red circle is because the raffle hasn't started yet. Okay, it's gonna start tomorrow. Okay, so your raffle is live, but it's not actually receiving any um, uh, orders because the start date is just starting from tomorrow. Okay, so we don't have any products assigned to it. We have some info here. So it says the ID is 21, last tickets not applicable, sold tickets is 0, and buyout no. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our products, and now we're going to add Win iPhone, and I'm gonna say yes here, and this one is going to be 3, and is going to be Win Samsung, and here I'm gonna add 3 tickets. Okay, you could actually use different way, like you can actually use bulk discounts. uh, there is not necessarily you have to put in, you can actually put only one, you can put only one here and use a bulk discount as I have here, and then you can actually put the discount. Okay, um, because somebody asked me like, oh, how can I actually set up with multiple raffle tickets, or how can I actually discounts for the raffle? The raffle doesn't do discounts. You have to set up with WooCommerce or other plugins. Okay, so that's a nice way. So for this example, I'm going to use two products. So, oops, Win iPhone. No, no, I want to Samsung. Sorry. Um, so for this raffle, we have two products assigned to it. A Going back here to all products, now Win Samsung 3 raffle tickets and 5 raffle tickets for this one. Up, up, up. So now if you go back to now here, so if we go back to our shop, we can add Win iPhone, no, oh, Win iPhone. So sorry, I think I should change that name to, oops, what am I? Samsung 5, Win Samsung. Oh, it says Win iPhone. I'm gonna say Win Samsung. Okay. So now we're gonna have Win Samsung 3 raffle tickets and 5. So I'm gonna add to cart 5 and 3 and okay. So okay, I was rushing up there. Uh, so it says that the raffle is gonna start on November 14, 2022. Okay, for this one. So what happens if I'm gonna refresh? Still there. I So when wanted to add Win, okay, it's not gonna allow me. Okay, it's gonna show this part here. Um, yeah. So if I go for the one raffle ticket, it's gonna allow me. Okay. So that is the power of having the messages. Okay. Almost forgot about it. Going back to raffles, let's put it on live working. Uh, so now it turned to green. Now our raffle is gonna work. So 5 and 3. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of, okay, this one is going to add 222. Uh, Okay. So we have two raffles now, right? So we have the Win iPhone and the tickets. I think we got only three. Oh, we have only one. Okay, I didn't update it. So, and this one we have Win Samsung 3 plus 5, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as you can see, the numbers are, are not in sequence anymore. So they are generated randomly. Okay. Um, and that's how the user is gonna get the uh, email confirmation along uh, with the tickets. Right. Next, um, now I could actually, so if I'm gonna refresh here this page, yeah, I should actually get some information on the raffle. So you can see the sold tickets were 8 and last ticket 1047, ID 21. So now I could change that to limited. Okay. And the next one is going to be 1048 generated ticket. Okay. If I'm going to set it to not random, sequential. Okay. Um, But as I said, as a rule of thumb, I'm suggesting to use, from the beginning, uh, whatever you're using, like either generate like random or sequential or okay. Um, Winners page. On the winners page, you could actually add this page is only to record and to have a history of people that won uh, a raffle. It there is no generation of a random ticket or like you cannot decide here who won or not or you can like spin the wheel or whatever. No, I'm actually suggesting to use a platform that is very transparent for your raffles to show to people that you're genuine and there is no fixing behind it. So this part here is only to add records saying, as a history, like, oh, this person. So I say win Samsung. Let's find the ticket though. So for the win Samsung, let's say the winner is ticket number 1035. Okay, I'll give that to myself. 1035, win Samsung, win Samsung 1035. Okay, drone. Uh, extra info, I don't know, like um, yeah, Christmas phone, save, and now that that order is going to be picked up, it's going to pull the information of the person, and then you have, you know, uh, you could actually have the information here as a history. There is nothing to do with spinning the wheel or generating. No, I don't really support that. So there are plenty of other options you can actually generate it, so to me it's like make it as transparent as possible. Okay, so reports now. Reports, let's have a look at reports is pretty useful if you want to have them. You can actually have reports from WooCommerce, um, but this one gives you some extra uh, info. Well, yeah, region, country. I'm not quite sure how WooCommerce reports are, but here you can actually do a few the nice thing is, okay, so starting from top to bottom is daily sales. How many sales you have a day? If I go on that without even dates, it's going to generate the CSV file. Weekly sales, monthly sales, sales by country, and then you can group by country if you want to, the rest of the other country. Sales by product, um, based on product. If I go and do that, um, I have one with iPhone. So if I go Samsung with sales by product, it's gonna generate it for the both products. So win Samsung, okay, 10, 10. Okay, yeah, they were both 10, 10. And here is the part where I said at the checkout, you can actually export custom columns that you want. I had already had one here. So the custom field, as when you set up your custom field in here, so how is mine called? If I go to WooCommerce and I have this checkout form, I could actually see my custom field. Okay, so it's called billing custom field. Okay, so if I'm gonna select that, this is how actually saved in a database. This is the database field that goes uh, in it. Okay, so if I'm going to select that, I'm going to select one more time and go back here. I'm going to delete this one. I can actually add it into my um, export report. So the text is custom field and the meta is this part here. So I'm going to say add. So added, okay, and win Samsung, okay. And that should give me whatever I added into that checkout field text. Okay, so the custom field is 22222. Okay, and raffle ticket number, order number. Um, yeah, that's how it is. You can actually change the order here if you want, or add more order status as well. Um, or you can add based on the status of the order. Um, yeah, so you can change a lot of things. Or if you want to have only completed or processing or all of them or none of them or so this part here, if you have multiple raffles running at the same time, you can actually select run the report based on the product. Okay, if you have a mixed, this is quite important. So um, if you have a mixed raffle, like multiple raffles in the same order, it's best to run the products, run the reports by product. If you run it by order, okay, you're gonna get funky values. So if you know that you have multiple raffles and the raffles people bought tickets on the same order on multiple raffles used by product. Okay. You could actually change the symbol. It's gonna pick up the currency setup on WooCommerce, and yeah, you can actually set dates when from the two, and that's what the reports are. Some people find it very useful, some people don't. You can run your own reports if you want to with the light version. You can actually select this part here and then download it to CSV or MS Excel and then make your own calculations there if you want to. So some people don't really want the reports page. So okay, so the next thing is that how to set up um, Winners, raffles, we spoke about it. Raffle Play Woo, the default version. Test, okay. Test the extra, okay. Test info, you can actually say if you want before the raffle starts, you want to do some testing. You could do with, say, raffle status to test and do some testing and then move to live and it's going to use these numbers. So if you use the test numbers are going to be starting from here, okay, from 888,800. So when you see 888,800, it's a test raffle ticket, okay. Um, but you can also use at the beginning, you can use the live, okay? You test it, go in here at the view tickets, and then delete the raffle tickets. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how useful the test tickets are, to be honestly, yeah. Um, but yeah, anyway, you could actually use this part if you want. You could use live or test or another thing is that somebody said to me, like, oh, could you have an option when the raffle ticket is terminated, yeah, hide it from the product select list, okay? So I'm gonna put it to yes, and I'll show you exactly what it is. And I say general, and this one is gonna be terminated, yeah. When I go to a product and I want to have this one selected. This is a Win raffle. So as you can see in the drop down here, I don't have the default anymore, the Win iPhone. Okay, I have only one Win Samsung because I hit it with that setting. So if I go back to here and then extra settings and I say no, the reason is because somebody said, I have a lot of raffles running. Okay, so when I go in here and I select, when I go down here and I select it, right? I got lots of them, you know, and sometimes it can be confusing. So that person asked me, oh, could I have this option? And I put it in. That's the reason. That's the only reason that we have it there. Um, so, okay, that is it so far. So I said I'm going to show you how to